session is being recorded, so we can put it into Google Classroom and you can access it later for information. So I'm going to also hit present now, and I want to do my entire screen, I think, and share. Got a little scratchy this morning. So I added a new tab up at the top, but the first thing that I want to go over is the recording device that's on the Chromebook itself. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you should have the little white circle. It's called the launcher, girls. Click onto the launcher here. It brings up this, and then you have this little tiny up arrow, and that will show you all of your things that are on the Chromebook itself. One of the things to look for is files. That's where everything is stored if you save it to the Chromebook. If you download something or save something, a video, it goes into the files folder. On mine, there are a couple of pages. I have these little two circles on the right. I move down a page, and there's my camera. You see camera there? So we went to launcher and then to camera. And with the camera, when it pops up, you can take photos, but then above it right here is video. So you just switch over to video, and it's a lot like the camera that would be on a phone in that regard. You hit the record button right there, and then you can play, and it's recording it. Yes? Doesn't work? Let me see. I wonder what's wrong with that.
Yeah, it worked at the beginning of the year. I used to use it.
Yeah.
But
That doesn't make any sense. All right. So that may not work. There may be a setting I need to check. What happened? It shouldn't be able to be blocked. That's a strange. So I'm writing myself a note to check that again. All right. So the other thing that we're going to look at is.
Okay, Mr. Boatman,
Yes, sir.
after they record it, what do they do with the recording?
Well, if it worked, it saves it to the file area,
Okay, it automatically does that?
and then they have to share it from there on Drive.
Okay. I think some of them may not be doing that step because sometimes I get the notification that they've done something and then it's not shared and there's no work there.
No file there.
Yeah.
So under the launcher again, I went to Files. And with my files, you have downloads. But look right up here. I've got one section that says Videos. And in the Videos area there, it's going to be anything that you've saved to the computer, if you've downloaded something. And there's my test file that I did yesterday. On that, I'm going to just click and hold on it and drag it into Drive. Then once it's in Drive, I can share it. And you all know how to do sharing on Drive, right? Yep. So that's under the launcher, and then Files for anything downloaded. So the next one that we want to look at is the Screencastify. Screencastify is a recording device. On the internet, we're going to search for Screencastify. 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 So I did a search there, and then I'm going to the Screencastify website. Now, Screencastify is an extension that will show up on that address bar in Chrome. And on mine, it's already there. It says already installed, and it looks like a little arrow with it's orange with a camera in it. Screencastify. Now on yours, it probably doesn't say already installed. It will say add to Chrome. So there you click add to Chrome. It takes a moment for that to load. And then it should walk you through a series of questions. Sign in with Google. You have to accept by clicking on your name and then hit allow. It'll ask if you're a student or a teacher or what your purpose is. And then it should ask your age. So you'll answer those questions. And it should tie Screencastify then into your Google account. Yes?
Yeah, mine just got me.
And what? So Screencastify, you click up here to add to Chrome. It will ask you about your Google account. You click onto your name there. And then allow. And then you're a student, and then your name, your age. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is everybody getting it installed?
I need help.
Okay.
I need help.
Who's coming? Who else is expert?
I need help.
Okay. Add to Chrome. Add to Chrome. And then add to Chrome. Add extension. Good, thank you. So now this little icon, see that little tiny icon right there? That's your recorder. So you can hit X on that. Uh-huh. You can just X that. We'll click on this little puzzle piece. See that puzzle? Right next to that little pin, turn it blue. And now you can click onto the icon right there, the orange one. Yep. Okay, hang on, we'll get you caught back up. So once you've added it, guys, gals, yes, sir?
I've added it, but it doesn't show it here at the top.
It doesn't show it at the top, so watch this. Now, right up here on my toolbar, on my address bar, my Screencastify shows. Yours probably won't. Yours probably won't show. Right next door, I have this little tiny puzzle piece. It's kind of gray-black. You click onto the extensions puzzle piece, and you scroll down, and you're looking for Screencastify. So the little tiny pen, if it's gray, that means it's not showing. I click onto the little tiny pen extension, and it turns blue. So that toggles off and on the extension so you can see it. Did you find that? The little puzzle piece. And then make sure that the pin next to Screencastify is blue. You may have to scroll down a little bit to get there. Very good. Okay. Make sense? All right. So when you run Screencastify, you're going to have to allow your camera and your microphone. You have to allow the camera and the microphone. And you can record with Screencastify, maybe. It probably doesn't like me today. Oh, there it goes. Excuse me. So it does run a little bit slow. And I have a lot of tabs open, and that doesn't help, right? So you have choices here. When I click onto the little icon for Screencastify, browser tab, desktop, or webcam only. So I'm going to select webcam only because I don't need to really show my computer. I just want to show me recording with my instrument. One of the things that I suggest when you record with your instrument is you practice. So practice once, practice twice, practice 3 times so you're familiar, and then do your recording. So that way you're kind of in the rhythm so your recording sounds better. Instead of just doing it the first time, it's always a good idea to practice it and then record it. So a lot of times when I'm on this recording tutorials, I'll do them first just as a practice, and then I'll record it. So it makes it a little bit easier. So webcam only, and then we do hit record. So that should bring up my Screencastify. There it is. So we're going to be playing our instrument. Like that.
Raspy throat.
Is that better? Thank you. Thank you. And then stop. Now that's going to record it, and it saves it automatically to drive. It should save to drive. So once you save, all you have to do there is share with your teachers. So agree here. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Enable Wi-Fi. That's it. How are you? Yep, sign in with Google. Choose your account. And next. Yeah. Are you under 13? How old are you? Yep, 13 or older. Oh, student. Under 13.
We were almost through.
Or enable microphone. Allow. Enable tools.
I was using a desk.
Allow.
Yeah.
Or you're under 13.
No,
Either way is good. No thanks. All right, so that's Screencastify. See here where we have share. It popped up with share. You can download. You can share to Classroom. Okay. So that's the recording that I just did via Screencastify. The next one that I'd like to show you guys, gals, thank you, it's Twisted Wave. Now, Twisted Wave is a recorder. It's a recorder just for audio. It doesn't have a video component. But Twisted Wave is a really good recorder. It's free and it saves to drive. So I'm going to come over and add a new tab at the top. And I'm going to do a search for Twisted Wave Online. Twisted Wave Online. So we have the Twisted Wave Online audio recorder or editor. Yeah. They make a version that you can download to computers, and then there's the version online that we use for the Chromebook. Up at the top, we have the sign in. I forgot to say that yesterday. We have the sign in button, and you can sign in with Google. So at the top left or right, you have sign in, and then you can sign in here with Google. So we did a search for Twisted Wave Online, and then the sign in button, sign in with Google. Once you have that, this shows me the files that I've made yesterday. And there's a new button right here. Do you see that new button? So I click new, and then it says empty file. So just a blank page that I'll be recording on. Empty file, new empty file, click. And that brings up my recorder. So when you record, most of the time, you're looking for a little red circle button to record. It seems to be pretty universal across all recording devices. So the record button, and now it is recording. And so I'm going to be playing my, how's the flute go?
Just like that.
Is that good?
Well,
That's very good. I'm
your
impressed.
trumpet's much better.
Yeah, trumpet's good. I practiced the trumpet.
I can tell you practiced last night.
So you can play your recording, and then once you hit the stop button, you hit stop. You have to click back at the beginning of your recording, and then you can play it back. And now it is recording, and so I'm going to be playing my... All right, so we have our recording there. And then under File, you have Send to Drive. Under File, you have Send to Drive. Remember, we signed in, so it tied our Google account to Twisted Wave. And then File, Send to Google Drive. It's going to say File Format, MP3, a title, Boatman, Music, and then Send to Drive. Here it's going to ask me to make sure that I have access to the Google account. So I click onto my name. It does take a second for it to load. Once you've signed into your Google account there, then allow. And it sends it there. So that's a really common thing. Whenever you tie something in, you always have to click on your account and then click allow for most all of the programs that tie into Google. Okay? So that's Twisted Wave. We looked at the camera on the computer. I'm going to try to figure that out. We looked at Screencastify, and then we looked at Twisted Wave. I have tutorials for these that I'll be sharing with you also, and I'll probably make a recording on how to do that a little more in depth as well. Any questions? Any questions? David S. Pumpkins? Any questions? No. All right. I think that's about it.
Mr. Goldman, you're awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for-
much.
Thanks for letting me take
you.
over.
Oh, our pleasure.
Are you so
Dan, you
good
can take
at,
it back to class, and I guess it's time for class to go, isn't it?
It's almost that time. Couple
Okay.
minutes. So get ready to head out, folks.
No, 2.
Everybody good? If you have any questions, you know where I'm at, right? Excellent. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you do the same thing at 2 with 8th grade? And that
2
should be our
o'clock?
last one.
Yep. 2
Okay.
o'clock with 8th grade.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Have a good day.
Thank
Dan,
you.
good luck with 5th grade.
All righty. I'm going to stop
Yep.
recording.
Best of luck.
My Google Classroom.
Uh-huh.
It's like I don't have the option to like join them, so they have to give me the code every time, and I don't know if I need